Almost every Aussie household has had at least one vitamin supplement tucked away in the fridge or cupboard, right, for years sometimes.
But how do you know if they work and that you're not wasting your hard-earned money? Today's Lara Vella investigates.
Every year, Australians spend billions of dollars on vitamins and supplements, and we take them because we think they're improving our overall health. But experts say that is not the case for everyone. In fact, for some of you, you're just throwing money down the toilet.
Most of the time, we end up just peeing those out.
This idea that, taking huge doses of vitamins is healthy is not supported by science.
From boosting your mood, encouraging hair growth and supercharging your immunity against colds and flu. These are just some of the things the pills in these bottles have been marketed as. But how do we know taking vitamins works?
Intervention.
Professor Luigi Fontana from the Charles Perkins Centre has been researching this space for years and says it all depends on what you're not getting from the number one source, food.
If you have deficiency, the evidence is strong. If you are vitamin C or folate or vitamin B12 deficient, there is no doubt that, basically you are replenishing your blood content of these vitamins, and that's important. But there is this idea that, taking mega doses, high doses of antioxidant vitamins like vitamin C, beta-carotene or vitamin E is healthy. It's not true.
So you can't just live on takeaway and soft drinks and counteract that with a multivitamin.
Hey, feeling good.
GP Dr Danielle McMullen says if you think you're not eating a balanced diet or showing symptoms of a deficiency, start by asking your doctor for a blood test.
We know that people who drink excessive alcohol can end up deficient in vitamins like vitamin B, folate. Vitamin C sometimes has benefits in people with chronic wounds who aren't getting really an adequate diet. For example, people sometimes in residential aged care homes. Iron deficiency is really common in women of reproductive age, and in those cases where people have got symptoms of a health problem and might benefit from supplements, it's really important that they talk to a doctor.
Think about vitamins and nutrients which are naturally found in healthy food as like pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle, all coming together to provide the body with a complex range of what it needs. But if a piece is missing, the vitamin spectrum isn't complete, and that's where diet plays a huge factor in overall well-being.
Why have you chosen these particular food groups?
So look, these are broken down into certain food groups because these foods contain certain nutrients that are typically deficient in a lot of Australians' diets. We've got really brightly coloured fruit and vegetables. We know Australians, the vast majority of Australians don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. That's our major source of vitamin C. Our best sources of iron really are from animal-based food. So obviously our dark red meats are a very, very good source, but then chicken, eggs, things like that are also great. There are some plant-based foods that do have iron in it. Dark green leafy vegetables, our legumes and lentils are great, even dried apricots.
How much calcium should we be eating?
So for adults, we generally need about 1,000 milligrams a day. So that's the equivalent to 3 servings of dairy products a day. So traditionally, I think traditional diets, we could easily meet that. Whereas now a lot of people are pulling milk out of their diet, pulling dairy products out of their diet. They're not sure if it's any good for them. A lot of people are moving over to plant-based versions. That is fine, but it's always important to check whether that product is fortified with calcium.
As for vitamin D, a common supplement, our main source is from safe sun exposure, but it's also in oily fish, dairy and mushrooms.
If you put them in the sun and give them a little sunbake, they actually absorb that vitamin D and make them actually a very rich source of vitamin D, which is really interesting.
Have you done that?
Personally not, but I've seen lots of people who have. And honestly, if we were eating enough of these, we really probably wouldn't need a supplement in the first place.
Hence the saying, you are what you eat.
You are what you eat.
I don't know about that bit about the takeaway and and the wine thing.
You are
It
what
lost
you
me
eat.
there.
I'm like a fillet of fish. I know. Sorry.